This is Chris Podales. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Podales. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw, May 16th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about Monday Night Raw. Now, we kick off with the first match of the night. It was a steel cage match. So what happened was Omos came out with MVP. MVP was talking about Bobby Lashley, talking about how Omos is going to beat Lashley tonight, just like how he beat him at WrestleMania Backlash. And that Bobby Lashley is going to regret getting into a steel cage match with Omos. So then Lashley comes out, and while he was walking down the ramp, Cedric Alexander attacks him from behind, and that's when Omos came out, beating down Bobby Lashley. But then a bunch of referees and stuff had to break it apart. And then Lashley gets into the ring, and Omos gets in there, and then the match finally starts. So yeah, it was Lashley versus Omos in the steel cage. And MVP kept on trying to interfere a few times in this match using that cane, and then at one point he actually got knocked off the apron by Lashley. But then at the ending, when Lashley looked like he was going to climb up the steel cage, Cedric comes back down, and then he gets chokeslammed right off the top of the steel cage into the ring. And then Omos finally started taking control of this match, but then like he was trying to hit, he had like an attitude adjustment onto him through the steel cage, and then Lashley rolled off, having both feet touch the floor, and he won the match. So yeah, Bobby Lashley defeated Omos tonight in the steel cage. That's what happened. It was an okay match. I'll give that match 2 stars. But yeah, up next, we're going to be seeing Theory versus Mustafa Ali up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was supposed to be Theory versus Mustafa Ali one-on-one, but then Theory gets out of the ring when Mustafa came out, and then he says, "Yeah, you ain't gonna be facing me tonight, but there's a special guest referee," and there was The Miz. So yeah, he was a referee for this match. But then all of a sudden, Theory said, yeah, since I'm not your opponent, we got you a new opponent. It is Veer Mahan. So yeah, Veer Mahan comes out. It was an okay match between Mustafa Ali and Veer Mahan. Miz kept on interrupting Mustafa at a few points, like counting Veer out, counting him outside of the ring and stuff, getting in front of Mustafa Ali so he wouldn't jump over the top rope or whatever. Kept on interfering in multiple ways. But then at the ending, Veer comes back into the ring with a devastating clothesline, turning Mustafa Ali inside out, and then he locked on the cervical clutch, making Mustafa tap out. And so yeah, Veer Mahan defeated Mustafa Ali after that, and then he locks on again with Theory and Miz taking pictures, with Veer making him tap out. But then Miz and them was telling him to, put him through the announce table. Veer gets out of the ring. He got out of the ring and he starts tearing apart that announce table. But then the Mysterios returned. So yeah, Rey and Dominic Mysterio came out, attacking Veer Mahan, laying him out. And yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, the Mysterios returned and Veer Mahan defeated Mustafa Ali. But yeah, I'll give that match 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But still to come later on tonight, there's multiple matches tonight. Like Cody Rhodes will be appearing tonight. And not only that, it will be a 6-pack challenge with the women. It will be a number 1 contenders match, like Asuka's in it, Becky Lynch, Doudrop, Nikki Ash. So yeah, there's multiple of them in there. But yeah, it will be a 6-pack challenge. That'll be later on tonight. So yeah, see you guys later. Until then. And Becky Lynch was talking to Adam Pearce as well. So yeah, see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Riddle versus Jimmy Uso 1-on-1. Now, Jey Uso was at ringside. Randy Orton was not at ringside for this match. But before I talk about this match, we got to talk about backstage. So, yeah, Becky Lynch was talking to Adam Pearce backstage. And there were some major changes to the 6-pack challenge. Now, the 6-pack challenge was supposed to be a number 1 contenders match. But it was going to be Asuka versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks versus Naomi versus Doudrop versus Nikki Ash. Well, that match has now changed, because Becky Lynch was like, "Hey, Adam Pearce, I seen Naomi and Sasha Banks was walking away, like walking out of the arena or something. I don't know what the hell was going on with that." But then he said, "Well, I understand, But you know what? You be taking on Asuka one-on-one still in a number one contenders match. So yeah, that match will be happening later on tonight. Asuka versus Becky Lynch, one-on-one in a number one contenders match. If they did want to do the six-pack challenge, they could have done the Fatal 4 with Nikki Ash and Dewdrop or something, but I guess they ain't going to be in the match either. So yeah, Becky Lynch versus Asuka later on tonight in a number one contenders match. But then after that, we get to the match, Jimmy Uso versus Riddle. Like I said, Randy Orton at ringside for this match. It was an okay match. At the ending, we seen Jimmy Uso throw Riddle into the turnbuckle, and then he gets elbowed in the face. Referee was checking on Jimmy, but then Riddle climbs up the top turnbuckle, about to hit like floating bro or whatever onto Jimmy, but Jey Uso comes up, knocking him off the top turnbuckle. Jimmy comes up quickly, rolling Riddle up. And then while he got him rolled up, Jey Uso quickly rolls in, putting his feet up against Jimmy to give him more leverage for the pin. And the referee seen it, kicked Jey Uso out of ringside. And then Jimmy Uso was getting pissed off about that. He goes at the Riddle and then he gets rolled up for an inside cradle, getting pinned for the 3 count. So yeah, Riddle defeated Jimmy Uso tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. It was an okay match. I'll give that match 1.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Pretty good match between Riddle and Jimmy Uso. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yep, later on tonight, Becky Lynch versus Asuka one-on-one in a no more contenders match. And not only that, we will see Cody Rhodes tonight on Monday Night Raw, which they got a countdown for. So yeah, that'll be later on tonight. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. It was Finn Balor and AJ Styles versus Los Lotharios. Now, the way how this match came all about. So apparently earlier today we seen Los Lotharios trying to pretty much hook up with Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan was talking to him or whatever, and then Styles and Balor comes up telling him to go on somewhere and asking Liv Morgan if she wants to join them to take on Judgment Day. So yeah, that's what they said, and they said, well, can you come up to ringside with us for the tag team matches? She said, I don't know, I'll think about it. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we get to Judgment Day. So yeah, Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. It was all three talking about how they're going to be, how they will lay out the whole entire roster and everything. And then Edge was saying, well, anybody can join Judgment Day, even AJ Styles if he wants to. Just stop what y'all doing. Come join us. We'll allow y'all to join us. So yeah, that's what Edge was saying. But then we'll get to the tag team match. It was AJ Styles and Finn Balor with Liv Morgan. So yeah, Liv Morgan came up with them at ringside versus Humberto Angel, Los Lotharios tonight in a tag team match. So yeah, that tag team match was going on. At the ending of this match, we seen Balor try to hit that drop kick onto Humberto in the corner, but Humberto hits him with Angel, and then Angel hits him with a super kick, laying him down in the middle of the ring, and then he tags at Humberto. Humberto climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with the moonsault, but Balor puts his feet up, hitting Humberto in the face, and then he hits that running drop kick into the corner onto him, laying him out. Climbs up the top turnbuckle, Angel gets into the ring, and then he gets hit with a phenomenal forearm by AJ Styles, and then Balor hits a coup de grace onto Humberto, pinning him for the 3 count, and they won the match. So yeah, Finn Balor and AJ Styles defeated Los Lotharios tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. It was an okay match. I'll give that match 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But then at the end of the match, we've seen Styles, Balor, and Liv Morgan doing the 2 sweet signs. So yeah, it looks like all 3 of them will be teaming up against Judgment Day soon. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get Kevin Owens, Chad Gable, Otis talking backstage. Chad Gable from last week said he was going to get a DNA test from Ezekiel and Elias to prove that it's the same person. So yeah, that's what he was going to do. He brought in the results. Owens then rips up the envelope and then reads the results, and it was talking about barbecue sauce or whatever. Apparently, got the DNA results got contaminated by barbecue sauce because of Otis. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then Otis was like, "No, I didn't." And Owens was like, "You know what? I want a lie detector test against you now." So yeah, that's what happened. And then Chad Gable was like, "No, you can't." And then started telling him shush. and walks away. And then, so yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But up next, we're going to be seeing Alexa Bliss versus Sonya Deville, 1-on-1, a rematch from last week's Raw. That'll be up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until the next thing happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a 1-on-1 match. It was Alexa Bliss versus Sonya Deville, 1-on-1. Now, they changed Alexa Bliss's theme song once again, so it was like a more, like, I don't know, like a country vibe, kind of. So, yeah, last week she came back, she had her old theme song, and now this week they changed it to a new theme song. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about the new theme song, but I would say right now I like her old theme song better. But, yeah. So yeah, we get to the match. This match lasted a lot more longer than their match from last week's Raw. At the ending, we seen Sonya Deville try to expose the turnbuckle and stuff, so it distracted the referee, so the referee was tying up the turnbuckle, and then that's when Sonya Deville hit a spine buster on the Alexa Bliss. She could have won the match, but since the referee was distracted by the exposed turnbuckle, he comes up, counts the pin, and Alexa kicked out at 2. And then Sonya Deville and Alexa Bliss got back up. Alexa Bliss hits the forearm to the face, that fist to the face. And then after that, she hits the DDT onto Sonya, pins her for the 3 count. It was all over there. So yeah, Alexa Bliss defeated Sonya Deville tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. It was an okay match. I'll give that match 1 star. That's what I'll give it. But it was an okay match between the two. But still to come, later on tonight on Monday Night Raw, we will see Becky Lynch versus Asuka 1-on-1 in a number 1 contenders match later on tonight. Now, apparently, like earlier, it was announced that there was going to be a 6-pack challenge, but come to find out, Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out, which I'll have more of an update about what happened with that now later on tonight. So yeah, I have a video about that later on, about WWE releasing an official statement and stuff. I have a video about that later on tonight. But later on tonight as well, we will see Cody Rhodes on Raw tonight. So yeah, that'll be later on as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, we've seen Cody Rhodes come up and pretty much he started talking about Seth Rollins. How he wants to challenge Seth Rollins for a 3rd time and all that, which I'll get to. So yeah, he was talking about what Seth Rollins did to him last week on Monday Night Raw, hitting the curb stump onto him on the announce table and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what Cody Rhodes is talking about. But then he started talking about, like, why is Seth Rollins mad at him? Like, why is he, like, upset with him? But Cody Rhodes is talking about how he beat Seth Rollins not once, but twice. Once at WrestleMania and then at Backlash. And he was talking about all that, but then he was talking about how he was the one that actually used to be jealous of Seth Rollins, because of course in 2012 Seth Rollins came out as in the group with the Shield, but then won tag team gold like a few months later, and then won the WWE Championship a few years later and all that. And that's what he was talking about, how he should be the one being jealous of Seth Rollins, how he was actually jealous of him. But, you know, he went through creative and all that, wearing face paint and all that, trying to smile and everything, even though, you know, about him already. So, yeah, that's what Cody was talking about. And then he says that he wants to challenge Seth Rollins one more time, but this time inside Hell in a Cell. And then Seth Rollins pops up on the Titantron laughing and all that. And he telling Cody Rhodes that every Hell in a Cell that he's been into, and that he faced somebody, how somebody came out as a changed man, and how he's going to be changing Cody Rhodes because he accepts his challenge. So yeah, at Hell in a Cell, we will see a Hell in a Cell match between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. That's going to be the match going down, which I bet is going to be great. So yeah, I'll definitely be talking about that whenever it comes up. But yeah, that's what happened there. But then backstage, we seen Asuka preparing for her match against Becky Lynch, and she gets interviewed, and she was talking about how Becky Lynch ain't ready for Asuka, and how she's going to beat her and all that. So yeah, that match will be happening later on tonight as well. But up next, we're going to be seeing Ezekiel versus Chad Gable up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Ezekiel versus Chad Gable, one-on-one. Now, Otis was at ringside and Kevin Owens was on commentary. It was an okay match, but, man, I got to say it. Kevin Owens is gold on commentary. I swear to God. Like, this man is funny as hell on commentary. When he's trying to prove a point that fucking Ezekiel is Elias. I believe in this man Kevin Owens where he can find the truth that Ezekiel is Elias and he's not Elias' younger brother. I believe in Kevin Owens. But yeah, other than that, it was funny as hell when he was on commentary where every time one of the announcers would say, nah, Ezekiel is Elias' younger brother, he said he was going to drop kick him. And then he kept on telling the people in the truck to bring up the graphic of Ezekiel versus Chad Gable. And he said, no, that's not Ezekiel. It should be Elias. Now put the graphic up and let it say Elias underneath his picture. And they put the graphic up as Ezekiel underneath the picture. And Kevin Owens was like, I need to go back there and drop kick them as well. So yeah, Kevin Owens is gold on commentary, funny as hell. I really like the storyline between Ezekiel and Kevin Owens. Pretty funny stuff though. But going on to the match, it was an okay match. There was one point it looked like that Chad Gable was going to win this match when he hit the moonsault onto Ezekiel, pinning him, but then Ezekiel kicked out at 2. But at the ending of this match, we seen Otis try to interfere where he got on the ring apron, but then he gets hit with a knee to the face, getting knocked off the apron. And then Chad Gable was trying to roll up Ezekiel for the 3 count, but Ezekiel kicked out at 2 by rolling back over onto him, pinning Gable for the 3 count. So yeah, Ezekiel defeated Chad Gable tonight in the one-on-one match. But then after the match ended, Ezekiel quickly rolled out the ring, and then Otis and Kevin Owens was hot on his ass pretty much. So yeah, they chased him out the ring. But yeah, it was an okay match between the two. I'll give that match 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, pretty funny stuff with Kevin Owens on commentary. He's gold on commentary. I'll say that. He's great. But yeah, that's what happened there. But then backstage, we seen some 24/7 championship shenanigans going on, where we seen R-Truth and Tamina talking. Tamina saying, "Truth, you need to give Tozawa the divorce papers," and he says, "Well, I'll find them." And he puts the divorce papers in the trash can. Tozawa pops up saying, "No, I don't want a divorce," and then he starts running off. And then we seen Dana Brooke coming to thank Truth for the divorce papers or whatever, and then Truth was like, "Well, I need my 24/7 title back. I need my baby back." And then she said no, and then pushes him down, runs, bumps into Carmella. Carmella saying, talking shit to her and everything else about that, and then runs off, and then Truth was like, "Carmella, you're back." And then Carmella was like, "No, I'll help you get the 24/7 title back if you help me get Dana Brooke back." So yeah, that's what Carmella says. So yeah, it looks like Carmella and R-Truth is going to be working together again. So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing Lacey Evans on Raw up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was a main event. But before I talk about the main event, we gotta talk about Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans came out pretty much saying the same thing. She's glad to be back and all that stuff. So yeah, it was great to see Lacey Evans. I guess she's now on Monday Night Raw. She was originally on SmackDown, but I think they moved her to Raw now. So yeah. But now we get to the main event. It was Asuka versus Becky Lynch. One-on-one. Winner of this match takes on Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. So yeah, and this match was actually originally supposed to be a 6-pack challenge, but that match didn't happen because of Sasha Banks and Naomi walking out or whatever, which I'll talk about later on. So yeah, that match was supposed to be a 6-pack challenge, but now it's a one-on-one match between these two women. So yeah, it was a pretty good match between these two. At the ending of this match, we kept on seeing Becky Lynch try and get Bianca to swing at her so it can lead to disqualification so Becky can have a match against her at Hell in a Cell. Like at one point, she actually grabbed Asuka and tossed her into Bianca and then started kicking Bianca upside the head and stuff. And then got back in the ring. And while the referee was distracted by holding Bianca back, trying to get her off the ring apron, we seen Becky Lynch trying to grab that umbrella or whatever that Asuka walks down to the entrance with. But as soon as she grabbed that, she turned around and gets hit with the green mist from Asuka. And then Asuka hit the roundhouse kick onto Becky Lynch and then pants her for the 3 count. So yeah, Asuka defeated Becky Lynch tonight in that match, and she is now the #1 contenders for the Raw Women's Championship. So yeah, Asuka will be taking on Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. So yeah, that's going to be the match happening. Pretty good match between the two, though. I'll give that match 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. So yeah, tonight's Monday Night Raw, it was okay. That match, I would say that's probably match of the night, was the main event. So yeah, pretty good one. I was expecting to see that match actually end in a draw, so it could be like a triple threat match between those three, but it's whatever. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. I bet it's going to be a good one. Let's see, Cody Rhodes' promo from earlier was pretty good. Ezekiel versus Chad Gable, it was alright, but the commentary with Kevin Owens was great. Lacey Evans was okay to see appear on Raw. Jimmy Uso versus Riddle was alright. Alexa Bliss versus Sonya Deville was okay as well. And the steel cage match from earlier with Lashley versus Omos was okay as well. So yeah, and Veer Mahan versus Mustafa Ali was okay, and the Mysterio's returning was great as well. So yeah, okay stuff to go for tonight's Monday Night Raw. The Mysterio's returning and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But yeah, for tonight's Monday Night Raw, I'll give it 7.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Okay, Monday Night Raw, it was okay. So yeah, that has been my WWE Monday Night Raw May 16th, 2022 reviews. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for this Wednesday's AEW Dynamite reviews. See you guys later. Until then.